We are going to start, and then those who join us will keep on joining. I just want to extend a warm welcome to all the branch members, and those who are guests, we are also welcome. Sorry, I'm just confusing myself here. There shouldn't be guests here. It's branch meeting, but I suppose those who haven't joined as yet are attending are also welcome. I'm going to share my screen on the agenda of the day for this meeting. I think I have the wrong agenda there. Excuse me. There you go. Are you able to see my screen? I won't be able to see any hands, so I will just ask for assistance.
Now we can see your folder, so maybe stop sharing and then open the document, and then when you share, then select the document that you've currently opened.
Can you see it now?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you for attending, and this is one of our branch meetings and an event. I just want to welcome everyone again, and we also have Ketiwe, who is ready to present the book and game that she has, which will be for later. And our facilitator will be Ms. Jeanette Molopiani, who's going to be introducing Ketiwe even further. So for now, we'll just carry on with our meeting. I just want to find out if there are any apologies from anyone.
Keiko, I have one from Matilda.
Thank you, Erna. Anyone else? May I just ask our colleagues to mute, please, in the meeting, so that we be able to hear each other, and this meeting is recorded. Any other apology? I have an apology from Cornel van Wyk, who might not be attending today because she has gone to the doctor. I don't know if there's any other apology.
Mr. Monde Madiba and Mr. Lashan Naika is attending another workshop.
Thank you, Jeanette.
And Mr. Charlie Molepo is also attending another engagement.
Thank you for those apologies. It's a busy day today. Eh? Lots of webinars and meetings and load shedding at the same time.
Okay, good. This is Dora from the CUT. Good afternoon, colleagues. I just want to mention that we are currently experiencing load shedding. So we are going on sun power here from my office. And then also I see sound system. I'm not sure if Nayo offered his apologies because he has taken leave for this week. So he's not in town at the moment. Nayo Molimela.
Thank you. We'll note that. Yes, so we are trusting that the electricity will be on at least until we finish. Whole thumbs. Thank you very much for those apologies.
Madam Chair, can I just ask something, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Anna here. Dora has now mentioned people are with her because of the load shedding. Dora, are you all on one computer there or not? Because we need the names for our attendance register. So if they not registering on itself, then we will not have the names.
Oh,
So
yes.
if you are all together, please send me
No.
a name list of everybody that's with you.
At the moment, it's me and Shireen.
Okay.
Shireen, okay. Thank you.
Another apology is Mr. Mkam Amos is gonna join later. Yes, if it joins, but also is affected by the load shedding.
Thank you, Zuki. And I think Ms. Khadi is also attending with Ms. Moposho, right? I don't know if they are using one computer of the.
No, Memo Pasha is using her computer. I'm using mine, Meputi.
Okay, thank you
Thanks.
very much. Thank you very much. We're going to the next point, setting of the agenda. We just want to find out if there's anything that anybody wants to put in the agenda.
Okay, you left out number 3, personalia.
Oh, apologies, colleagues. Yes, personalia. Is there any personalia, anything that anybody has celebrated or report? While we are at that, while we're waiting, I just want us to observe a moment of silence for the people who lost families and lives in KZN, that we are thinking of them. A moment of silence, please. Thank you. Is there anything anybody wants to say under personalia celebrating?
Yes. Ms. Ntabise Nkotsokwani, one of our members, is the acting chair-elect for IFLA. So it is a big thing for the Free State branch. So I think we need to record that. And then one of our staff members is also busy engaged in another activity, Ms. Dina Mashiani. She has achieved her master's degree in library and information science. Thank you.
Thank you, Mem Molapiani. Those are great achievements for our branch and our province. We just want to extend our congratulations to them. And if we could all clap, we could clap, but we are online. I am clapping on my side. But you can also do it with the emojis. Thank you very much for that. Anything else? Yes, thank you. Now we celebrate that.
This Dora again.
Hi, Dora.
I just want to mention Shireen Matupe da Silva, one of our colleagues, also achieved a master's degree in library science, and she attended the graduation ceremony at UWC earlier this month, I think, yes.
Thank you very much. Congratulations to her. We are really going places in our branch, and we really appreciate it. We don't take it for granted for all the achievements, because it's a lot of work that people put in, sacrifice that they have to do to get to that. And thank you very much. You can just extend our appreciation for those who are not here. Anything else? Anyone got married, had a baby? Okay. Thank you, colleagues. Then we are going to our next point set in the agenda. You can just let us know any points that you want to put on there. Anyone? Okay, so I have a point which I would like to add is the poetry competition.
Madam Chair, can I just ask before you add?
Yes.
Perhaps delete Helic, Ictic, and Lislic reports from the agenda, and then we can put the new additions then on that places.
Yes, we can do that. Okay. Erna, you will note that, ne?
Yes.
So it's a poetry competition. Because now I think I don't want to waste time with this by typing. So any other point, colleagues? Okay, I wanted to mention a membership competition, but I think I will leave that one for the PRO. It will be part of the PRO, sorry, not PRO, membership secretary point. Okay. So can we, can I have a motion if there's nothing else? Can we have a motion for adoption for the agenda? And a seconder, please. I won't be able to see the hands if you can keep an eye for me.
I am seconding Jeanette because he has raised thumbs
Okay,
up.
thank you. Jeanette has motion for adoption, and thank you, Zuki, for secondment. Right. So we will go to our next point, which is the minutes of 5th November for correction and adoption. I hope I'll be able to get them. I have opened these minutes, but they are not showing on my desktop. I don't know why. What is it that I'm doing wrong? So I'll go to this one and open again.
Okay, we are currently looking at your folder, not the minutes.
I can't find them on my desktop.
I think the folder that you were in, they're located in there. You just need to make sure you open it first, and then when you share, you can select the open document.
Yes, I did, but it's not showing on my desktop.
Do you not have multiple documents open?
I probably do. Show all.
Maybe you can try minimize
Okay,
those that are
I have
open.
it. Sorry. It was under show all.
Oh, okay, there we are.
Can you see?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Page 1. I believe the members have received, for the sake of those who don't have their minutes in front of them, I'm just going to show page 1. If there are any corrections. Oh, this thing is not showing the pages. It's page 2, page 3, I think. Page 4. It's our last page. Okay. So if there are no corrections on this one, may we please adopt these minutes? Any takers? Motion for adoption and secondment?
Isma,
Thank you, Esma. Seconded?
I second,
Haji.
Chairperson. Moses.
Thank you, Moses. Okay, so the next point on our agenda will be the matters arising from these minutes, which are the sound system and the cloud storage. So with regard to the, where is it now? Am I on the right track here? Okay, with regard to the sound system, Esma is going to give a report back on the finances, but we managed to have progress. So the chair-elect and the task team have already 3 quotations and have selected or have recommended one of the best quotations, which is going to go to our treasurer, who will send it to national office, because we will be able to buy the equipment. Hopefully the next branch meeting, we will have something to show, but the whole process is in progress. And as I said, Esma will give feedback with regard to our finances, where we are and why we're sending the invoice to the national office. And with regard to the cloud storage, I'm just going to ask Erna to just give feedback with regard to the cloud storage.
Thank you. At the last meeting, we said that we are going to upload all the branch documents and photos on the cloud storage in the Liasa website. The project is well on its way. I've already uploaded all the documents that I have with me and that I received from the previous secretary and so on. So you can go and have a look on the Free State page if you want to see it. Everything is hyperlinked. So if you click on it, you will find and then you will be able to open the document as well as the photos. There are here and there are some documents like minutes or invites or attendance registers that we couldn't find on file. So that will be left open, but on the whole, there's a whole lot of information already on. The only one that is really completely on the cloud is the newsletters. From the very first newsletter that we have, volume 1, number 1, until the one that we sent out yesterday. They are all uploaded on the website, so you can have a look there. Then at the moment, there are not things uploaded under the interest groups. I've started doing all the branches stuff, so now we are asking the interest groups to upload their information.
I think we lost Erna there a little. Okay, so we will come. Erna, are you back?
I'm here.
Okay. You got a bit cut off there.
I see now a message on my screen. The internet is unstable. You know, we are experiencing some problems. I don't know where it got lost. On the whole, there's a lot of documents on. They can still be all added. The interest groups must still add their documents, or they can ask me to do it for them. And then there are here and there's some documents that we couldn't find that is now lapsing. So I think in the end, when I'm finished with everything, perhaps I should then ask, send an email to everybody to say, these are the documents that we still need. If you perhaps somewhere in your possession have this document, please give it to me. It doesn't have to be in electronic format. I can scan it in. But yes, the information is available. So you can just go to log on to LIASA website. Then you can go to my profile, and then you can see there on the left-hand side, there is a Free State branch, and then you click there, and then you will see all the different documents that is. They are all hyperlinked. So if you click on the link, it will open the document.
Thank you, Edna. Are there any questions around the cloud storage? None. Okay, so I'm going to, just due to time, I'm not going to go back to the agenda, but on the agenda, the next point that we have is the minutes of the 17th of March. I'm just going to go page by page for any corrections. I don't see the pages when I enlarge this, so I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller. I hope you can see. On page 1, page 2, one correction is just the surname of the speaker is Kobela. I think I also wrote it wrong at some stage. So it's QHUB. B-E-L-A, Kobela.
Sorry, can you just repeat? QHU?
QHO.
O.
B.
B.
E-L-A, Kobela.
But I mean, it's exactly what stands there.
No, it says Koleba. So it's the B, the other
Oh,
way
the B
around.
and L. Okay, I see
Yes.
now. Good, I will rectify it. Thanks.
Okay, last page. Can we adopt the minutes? Motion for adoption and secondment, please.
Bisma.
Thank you, Esma. Second. Anyone? We need to second our minutes so that they are officially and recorded. May I have? Elma.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, matters arising. Are there any matters arising from this? There's a question. Sitle?
Afternoon, everyone. Chair, you were gonna ask Hashma to give some background. I'm not sure it was related to the sound system.
Yes,
yeah, I think
it will be in our matters of the day.
Oh, okay.
With the
okay,
PRO's report.
Okay, no, I thought you skipped it. No, that's fine. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
That brings us to our next point, matters of the day. I'm just going to share the chair's report. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Just make it a little bit big. All right. So my report is from November to date. Under our leadership with this year of our reign as a committee and a branch, under the leadership, the names are listed there. with the chairperson, the chair-elect, secretary, treasurer, PRO, membership secretary, additional members. So you can see that our committee is complete. And then the interest group conveners are listed also below. In terms of PEC League, it is vacant and Slice League at the moment. I will report on a feedback on PEC League as we go along down the report. So we've had 3 BEC meetings, excluding this one so far. I did not include it. And then we have the 2 branch meetings listed below. This one will be the 3rd one. I hope I'm correct, Erna. And then with regard to membership and sector engagement, we still do have marks which are purchased for our new members. And we hope to be meeting soon this year so that we'll be able to give those who joined us, backdate them to get their marks as appreciation to become a member. So when you look at our membership report as at 21 April, the current membership is 63 and institutional membership is CUT and Moteo TVET College. You will see according to our membership secretary, the first choice interest stats as 11 April are those numbers listed. I will not go through each and every one of them. You can see the screen because of time. And then the transfer from other branch was Ms. Dina Mashiani from the Northwest. She's now here at the University of Free State. Out of the branch, I speak out of under correction. I think it's also probably the same. I wrote none there, but she's coming out of, or rather those who have left the branch, sorry, correcting myself, there's none who were members that we know of, unless one of the members already, the branch members know of anyone. So in terms of advocacy, these are the programs we had, which is the function, the closing function that we had, and Ms. Ntabiseng was presenting actually with Melindi Nhlapo, who are from the IFLA Africa Regional Office. And they presented a very informative session where we can learn about IFLA and be able to join some of the branches or sectors that they have in IFLA, and also to go and visit their website to see what's happening so that we position ourselves in areas where we can get involved. And then we also have the LIASA, the South African Library Week in the branch, and we had the visit, the speaker who is Dr. Kobela, and the or rather the session was facilitated again by Ms. Ntabiseng Kotsokwani. And we have a newsletter that has gone out as of April. I hope you have all received it. And in terms of marketing and communication, the chairperson of the Free State, that's myself, Liasa, had an interview with Lesedi FM, and they're representing South African Library Week. So the interview was done in Sesotho. I must tell you that it was, as much as Sesotho and Setswana are family, it was a bit challenging, but I managed to get through with it, with all the questions. Yes, and I've also repeated the marketing communication as part of the marks that we give out to our new members. In terms of good governance, the branch has agreed to procure the sound system so that we are able to raise funds for our branch. And as I have already alluded to earlier about how far we are with that, and Erna has already reported back in terms of the cloud storage. So we actually have somewhere where we store our documents so that the next leadership that comes in the branch will not struggle to look for documents. They will be there to access them, to see what we've been doing and what they can do or improve. And then in terms of training and development, there are 3 interest groups that are active. And these are the events that they had. Leslik had an event on Poppy Act. We also had training with Maliasa. The BEC had training with Maliasa on how to store our things on the cloud. And Haley hosted a webinar called Practices of Hybrid Library Orientation and Review of the Program, which was very, very interesting to get feedback from different institutions. And Mr. Naika, as our branch member, also chair of the Haley branch, was also part of the national webinar facilitating the process. So we are proud of that our members are also participating. He's also the chair-elect of the National Heilig. And he was also interviewed by they also had an event with the PRO and membership secretary on a roundtable discussion. And ICT Lig are busy with the OER project. It is an ongoing project, very, very interesting. We will give you feedback on the full report once it's done. They are busy with OER Africa. They're having a meeting next week with them in terms of they want to concentrate on schools, having a project in schools, and they have applied for funding in that regard. So if all goes well, we'll be having a very big project in our province with regard to OERs. And then in the financials, we have a report that the treasurer will report on from January to today to the 8th of April. The challenges that we are still incurring is the interest groups, the 2 interest groups, but there has been hope in terms of PEC League. We bet, myself and the former chair, when we were invited to a certain event, we met with the acting director of Provincial Library Services. Informally, we spoke about this, and then she is open for us to have a meeting with them in terms of trying to get PEC League going again. So which is good news on our side. And then these are the planned activities for the next 3 months. In terms of communication, the PRO will also give a feedback on our exciting events or rather exciting social media. Facebook, you can see our views there. These were until March, February to March, so she will give more in April. We also have an Instagram account, YouTube, and this is how we communicate. And the BEC also have a WhatsApp group that they communicate urgent matters. So with regard to the social media, from national, they are still busy looking at consolidating all the social media to make it one account. So it was agreed that for the meantime, while we are waiting, we can carry on with our social media so that we are visible. And then as soon as we get communication that everything is closing down, we'll have one social media. We will be notified, and there will be guidelines on how each province feature on the social media for our things to be seen. So that will be communicated as time goes on. And that is the chairperson's report. Thank you, colleagues. I'm going to stop there if there are any questions. And then if there isn't, I will call the treasurer to report. After the treasurer will be the PRO. After the PRO will be the membership secretary report. And then the last item, and then we're done.
If I see there's a question from Linda Lindos.
Chairperson.
Hello, sorry, I was muted. Hello, Linda.
Yes, how are you, colleagues? Thank you very much. I have a question. Before I ask the question, I'd like to introduce myself. I think I've once called you earlier in January in terms of like finding out about Leah.
Yes, Linda.
So my question is based on the membership. Actually, I want to know that how many members do we have in the public sector? Because that's my main concern, since I've realized that we have challenges in public libraries because of there is no that standard that is pushing the colleagues to take in terms of taking the membership and to participate in liaison.
Thank you, Linda. I think the membership secretary will report on that. And is that okay?
Okay, no, it's fine. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Esma. You can go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm sure you can all see my screen, the report. This is now from 1st of January until the 8th of April. Why the 8th of April is on that day, the bank account was officially, the Free State bank account was officially closed and handed over to National. So we started the year with 15,821 Rand and 59 cents. Then we had our interest on investment for the 4 months was 475 Rand 24. And our bank charges was 520. So we actually lost 44 Rand 76 cents. But like I said, the bank account is now transferred to National. It has been closed, and the investment account we had 35,000 Rand will be also notice of closed has been given, and I think the date is 13th of May. It will be transferred to National as well. So all our finances will from now on be handled by National.
Thank you, Esma. I just want to add to say that our finances will be ring-fenced, and it will only the branch will have access to that. The other reason that compelled us so much to do this was myself, Esma, and Erna have been going up and down the bank, struggling to get people to assist us. It was a nightmare. Once we finished doing the signatures, we couldn't get access to the account, so we couldn't even buy our equipment. So it was a whole frustrating exercise. And then, well, when we were at REPCO as a part of the requirement, the only solution that we could get is to close it, and then National will handle everything, will give us reports on the money that we spent. So it's just to reassure the branch that the money will be ours and used by the branch. Thank you. Are there any questions for Esma?
Yes, there's a question from me.
Yes,
So what about the interest? Because now if the money is ring-fenced, will you get the statements from maybe the treasurer to say with regards to the Free State account, this is how much, this is the interest that has been, especially from the investment from the 35,000. That one is even more important, although it is ring-fenced. I think as the branch, we need to really make sure that we are careful most of the time. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Jeanette. Esma?
Chair, to be honest, I don't know because National hasn't communicated anything of the procedure going forward, only that they communicated that any invoices should be sent directly to them. They're going to pay it, and then that's that. That's all that I know. I'm sure they will keep us informed, and I will, before every or on a regular basis, ask them for financial statements for the branch. But yes, unfortunately, I don't know.
Yes, we will take this matter to the national chair, just rather treasurer, to just ask, tell us about how the interest will work towards our account. Thank you for that, Jeanette. It will be noted. Okay, Madam PRO. Nambita. While we're waiting for Nambita, let's go to the membership secretary. I think she's trying to sort out her sound because I see she's unmuted.
Good afternoon, colleagues. I will be speaking on the membership. Let me first start with the questions that was raised by Linda. When you talk about public, I think with public libraries, that is inclusive of Department of Sports and Arts. Okay, on the list, we have 6 people under that institution, Department of Sports and Arts, and then we have 2 from Free State Public Library Services. That leaves us with the 8, but there's also people on the first choice for interest group. That one we have 7 that chose. So when we look via interest groups, we find that's 8 people from public libraries. But when we look looking on the interest groups that people choose, it's 7. And in that 7, we also have people that are not working on public libraries, but decided to choose that as their first choice. So I think the short answer is 8, say.
All right, thank you.
Yes, and sometimes people, they don't indicate institutions. And when we look on emails, we have emails that we cannot pick up, like the Gmails. In terms of institution and sectors, does not reflect anything. But I think let's give 8 for now. Thank you. Colleagues, the chairperson has shared a lot of items on the membership. We will just okay, this is what we were talking about in terms of membership. Heilig is in 63%, and PECLIC in this case is just 11%. But in terms of numbers, it was reflected by the Madam Chairperson. PECLIC people that choose first choice, it's 7, and Heilig is 14. Because of time, colleague, I will just speak to the national campaign. The national is doing a membership campaign. There's a reward, okay, or a prize to be won by branch, which is 3,000. And this, you must exceed your number of membership from 2019. So they have excluded 2020, 2021. We all know what may be their reasons. So they are challenging all the branches to increase their membership with 10% from 2019. Free State at 2019, we were 112. So this year they say challenge us to be 123. Currently, okay, as of first 31 March, we were 61, but we have increased with the from last 21 March, we were 63. So colleagues, we know that all of you that are here, you are members. For the fact that you are in a branch meeting, we want to believe you are members. We would like each and every one of us to recruit one person before the 16th of September 2022. You can imagine we are 63. Then all of us, we come with new member. We will obviously exceed the number. So that is a competition that is run by national. We will have communication and the plans of how to, as the branch, plan to do our membership campaign. For instance, a chairperson has already alluded, we would like to revitalize and resuscitate our PEC interest group, which is public libraries. We are in those, we can see even with other sectors that we have few members. So we are gonna be communicating that. But for now, please recruit. Thank you, Madam Chair. I think that's all from the membership.
Thank you, Zuki, for that information. I just want to, are there any questions for Zuki? Because of time, I'll just give Nambita to speak on this point of the PRO.
Thank you.
Okay. Hadi?
Good day. From my side is just a comment regarding membership. I know that previously we had queries from people saying, is it possible to pay the membership over 3 months? Erna will come in here and Zuki. For us, I think to do this drive, we can still advocate that you don't have to pay the whole amount at once. You can still do it in 3 months, if I'm correct. Correct me, colleagues, if I'm wrong. And then we target, like I was saying earlier, that we need to resuscitate, like Zuki has indicated, the public one, Department of Sports, Arts and Culture. There are a lot of librarians that are there, but they just need us to go there and recruit them. And maybe that option of paying over 3 months, it will also maybe motivate others. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Hadi. We'll note that and communicate with members because I don't think we'll do a discussion here because of time. I will just hand over to Nambita. She's using my, because her sound is not working well.
Good afternoon, colleagues. I won't be long. Thank you, Chair. The only thing that I'm gonna report on, I want to firstly sanitize the members. We, in collaboration with the Office of Secretary, we are sending you a custom. Just a moment. We are sending you.
Nambita.
The only hint I can give it to you, he's the librarian, he's the author. You can go and navigate and send us, if you are lucky enough, you will be invited to join us and have an interview, and you will be given an opportunity to ask one question of your choice. Then the other thing that I would like to inform you about is the newsletter. The newsletter is already out, and if you've got anything that you would like to be on the next issue, please don't hesitate to forward it to us in our Gmail account. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Nambita. I just want to talk about the last item, then we can hand over to Majanet. There is a poetry going, celebrating 25 years birthday of Liasa. So we are encouraging you as members. It's closing on the 30th. I think all of us as Liasa members have already received this email from National Office. So it's just a reminder. They are looking for poets to celebrate librarians and libraries by writing an original poem that does just that. So the poem, the poem will be selected, and it will be part of the poetry anthology during the celebration. So please go to that email, or I will also ask Erna to forward it to you again for those who have not seen it. And just go to the link to go and see the terms and conditions that are required. And it would be nice to have a winner from our province on this competition. So please go and write. We know that we have a lot of talent in our province. Thank you. I don't know if there are any questions. We've come to the end of the meeting, of the business meeting, so that we can hand over to Jeanette to facilitate our program. Are there any questions? Thank you. I just want to welcome Jeanette Mulopiane. I proudly want to thank her as our former chair, and I was very excited when she agreed to do this session for us, because she knows our province, our branch in and out. She knows what we're doing and why not the right person to do this part of the session. And I want to thank you for your busy schedule that you have, for making yourself available. We really appreciate it. And we thank you that you are here always to support me when I don't know what to do with things regarding to Liasa. You're advising me on the side, and I appreciate it. And I just want to hand over to Jeanette. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. I try to switch on my video, but I don't see myself, so that maybe May Zulu can see who she is. She will be talking to. Thank you for this opportunity. Sesketi, we tried to get hold of you already in 2020, when we were preparing for the South African Library Week launch as the branch, because we were so excited. We even made plans. I think who even went to Bensplay, a combined school where the activity was supposed to take place. We made all the arrangements together with Marcus, our marketing and community engagement assistant director, because we're really looking forward to engaging with you with regard to the book that you have published, South African History Retold. Mute, Mr. Linda, can you mute? Thank you. Right. Before I start to give Ms. Ketiwe Zulu the platform to tell us more about herself. I'm going to briefly read her bio. Ketiwe Zulu has an honors degree in English, a passion for teaching, writing, and communications. After completing her studies, she pursued a career in marketing. She has also worked as, amongst other jobs, marketing assistant and marketing manager for 2 regional shopping centers in KZN, the Pavilion, as well as Liberty Midlands Mall, respectively. She later started a below-the-line agency called Creative Boss. Her specialties include copy, writing, proofreading, and editing, as well as content development. She is now on a personal journey of retelling South African history in the hope of bringing back national pride and fostering nation building. She is now on a quest to form partnerships and collaborate with like-minded brands who are invested in building a better South Africa through a shared understanding that all races, classes, and gender contributed to our liberation. Brands that are not concerned with the rhetoric that often divides us, and brands that remain proudly South African with the hope that we can leave a better legacy for generations to come. Mrs. Zulu, welcome. Maybe if you switch on your camera so that colleagues can see you. Mine is refusing to come. I don't know if colleagues can see me. Can you see me, colleagues?
Yes, we can see you.
Okay.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, I thought because now I can't see myself okay, yeah, now I can see myself as a bubble. Yes. Sis Katie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
How are you?
You find yourself?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. I like you saying we've been in touch with the Free State for forever, and COVID happened, unfortunately. But I'm just really excited that this platform has been given to me today. It's huge for me, and I'd just like to express my appreciation first and foremost that you managed to get me into your meeting today. If I can just start and tell my personal journey about this project, is South African History Retold. And it's really very, very basic, and maybe you'll even relate as people who are in this meeting. I'm traveling Durban, KwaZulu-Natal. I'm seeing new street names. I don't know who the people are. I'm irritated. You know, the old street names. Now I'm seeing Lilian Ngoyi. And honestly, I lived through apartheid, but I didn't feel apartheid, to be honest. I went to a private school. So the people that I knew were the prominent people like Nelson Mandela or Walter Sisulu. But the other names, I had no idea who they were. So I thought to myself, when I get home today, I'm going to perhaps go to Exclusive Books, find a book with all these names that the streets have been turned into. Go to Exclusive Books, Luto, no such book exists. So I just thought for myself, for my own knowledge, let me just start researching who these people are. I'm researching with a bit of irritation because now I just want to know. When I get to know these struggle icons, these ordinary men and women who did extraordinary things to get us here, I was humbled. My irritation started to turn into humility. And then I started to share the stories with people that I went to school with. I didn't know. You know, when I saw Problem in Mkhize, I thought this guy was just a problem. No, Problem in Mkhize was a master of tactics in terms of the military and Umkhonto weSizwe underground. So I'm just trying to say, Uti, the appreciation I started to have for the people that liberated us made me want to tell the stories more, and realizing that people don't know, just like I don't know. I thought to myself, let me compile it into a book and release it so that Abantu can start appreciating the information I've gathered. When I launched, the first book is called South African History Retold, and it's just on the street names, especially the ones around the metros. When I launched the book, there was almost like a wonder as to why there are so few women in the book. But unfortunately, when the country renamed, most of the street names were named into the males who liberated us in the struggle. But there were, and only 26 of the names at that time were female. But there weren't 26 females that liberated us in the struggle. There are many, many more. So when that kept on coming up, why did I just write about so little females? I decided, let me go on a second quest. Let me release a second book, and it's called South African History Retold, The Women in the Struggle. So there are 2 books now in my stable. I then translated them in isiZulu, and you will realize as I talk, I throw in isiZulu every now and then. My name is Ketiwe Zulu from Zulu, and I'm from KwaZulu Natal. So that's the language I could grapple with. That's why when Ukeko was saying interviews in Soto, I know what she means, even though you're Zulu, it's a different. But I was able to translate them into isiZulu. Then at that time when I was doing the writing and the translation, I had just had a little girl. I had just given birth to a daughter. And I thought to myself, I don't know if she'll be a reader or a writer like myself. What else can I do to make this information exciting? Then I thought, I grew up on a Scrabble, on a Monopoly, and what I know in terms of being able to be taught a language and interest in subjects are board games. So I turned the books into a board game, and it's called South African History Retold, Did You Really Know? It's my most exciting project. Unfortunately, even though I'm a writer, the game became more popular than the books. I learned to swallow that, and that's what the public wanted. But that's what we're going to be playing, especially today. People would often ask me, why a board game? Why didn't you digitize this thing? Why didn't you, make it more accessible? I was very deliberate in the project in doing a board game. These days, in Ghana, is screen time all the time. My tablets. Communication is no longer, family time is no longer just us talking, laughing. It's better on my tablets. And I thought I want to put that away. My child is going to grow up. What do I want to do? I want to play my history with her. It's not a playful history, but maybe it could interest her if it's something that is more accessible, more fun. I also wanted kids to learn communication skills. Board games teach you more than just the fun. They teach you how to take a turn. They teach you how to win well, good sportsmanship. They teach you how to communicate. They teach you how to express yourself, because when you're giving an answer, you are expressing yourself in a format that is not individualistic, in a format where it's group, we're interacting, and for once we are talking instead of just being on screen. I then thought, okay, because other people are really invested in digitizing, what else can I do? So on my website, what I did are puzzles. And there are crossword puzzles, there are find the word puzzles, there are multiple choice questions. So there are games on my website for those that are more digi savvy, and everything is based on the books. So if you read the books, you are able to navigate comfortably the puzzles, you are able to navigate comfortably the board game. Then I do other things on the side, like leadership courses and leadership talks, because once you know these ordinary citizens, these are not prominent people who changed the course of South Africa. These are all mama with Ngati or Enisilinga, they were literally farmers.
Yes, our unsung heroes.
I'm telling you, and hero is ordinary people, you and me, who decided to be part of a political dialogue to change our history. Mm-hmm. And when I see children, a youth not going to vote, I just think it's a lack of knowledge. It's a lack of knowledge that people died to allow you that opportunity to vote. Mm-hmm. So I try to put the project in as different mediums as possible, just to entice different groups and age groups and people. If I can switch now, if I'm going too fast, please let me know. I tend to get excited about my own project. So if I get too fast, please let me know. I would like now to change over to the board game. I don't know if the IT guy can kindly spotlight the board game for me. or we can all spotlight the board game.
Whilst they are still spotlighting the game, the media attention for me was like, wow, how did that happen? That, you know, you got so much publicity, because now that made you so famous. You know, you're on TV programs, you were on radio programs, because what you came with is doesn't exist. You know, it's not even documented. Even when it's documented, it's just a drips and drops here and there. And now you gave the country a reawakening. The media attention, how did it come about that so many media houses were interested in your work?
I think we underestimate how patriotic South Africans are. And because we engage in so much rhetoric that is divisive, we don't have a space where we are talking the same language with passion about our country. And I think when the media finally landed on something that was positive and that wasn't being spun around for political use, I just wanted to share a history. So one saw an interview and wanted to talk more, and they kept on coming from different angles as media houses. They weren't always asking the same questions, but they wanted to interrogate the project and find out, why did you think about it? What made you do this? And what are you doing next? And I think it's that I've been humbled by two things in this journey. One is the media attention, not because it's a spotlight, just because I thought if this is that interesting for somebody to take time in their station, in their meeting, for me to talk about a project like this, then I'm on the right track. Secondly, I got humbled by how passionate a South African mother and father is about their child knowing about themselves. Parents have been the biggest buyers of my books, and not only Black parents, Indian, white, but there's a group of people in South Africa that are more than the divisive ones, that want the correct history to be told. Because once you know the history, you stop saying things like, but it's been 27 years, apartheid, can't you get over it? When you realize what happened in history, where a house was stormed, the father was kicked in the head or killed in front of children, that trauma, we didn't have the luxury of psychologists. That trauma lasts a lifetime. So you start with this divisive talk of, how get over it now, it's been so long. You stop with this thing of, oh, I don't want my children to see color. No, seeing color doesn't mean racism. Seeing color means that you recognize that there may be problems in color. And white people are in the correct space to change mindsets about how Black people are seen, just like Black people are in the right space to change how white people see us. So we need to see color in order to collaborate. So I stopped with this, the things that were in my head that were popular to say. And I think because of how I was talking, the media recognized it. And so the firestorm happened. Yeah.
So whilst we are still waiting for the game to start, let me just tell them I'm in a meeting. I'm sorry for this. Yeah.
So I also don't know if there are any questions so far before I get into the game, or yes.
Ma'am, I will call you back, and I'm in a meeting. Ne? Thank you.
Okay, so there it is. That's the game. Yeah.
The magic game.
That's the magic game.
Yes.
And I'll just explain it just a little bit. It's a question and answer game. And I've got my colleague here, Helen, but you won't see her, but she's the one that's going to be navigating the board, because I can't be like in two places at the same time. So the game has, you can play up to 4 people or teams. And these little color-coded players represent a team. The game is not an automatic entry. What happens is I ask you a question for you to qualify to be in the game. Now, the funny thing that has happened, because we think we know our history, but sometimes we really don't, is people don't qualify for the game for a long time. And sometimes those that have qualified, they are busy navigating the board and the ones can't even get in to play. So there's always something really amusing when someone is almost winning and someone is not able to answer the game to start, the question to start. When you see these different spots in the game, the purple, the pink, the green, the yellow, and the blue, those represent different categories of questioning. So the what, which is, the purple is a category called what. So it will have questions like, what was somebody's profession? And these are the question and answer cards. Don't worry, I will navigate you through them. I will ask you. The pink is who. So it will have who has an airport named after them. The green is where. So where did something take place? The blue is when was whatever that took place. And then I have, because I wanted people to also learn a little bit about our country in general, I have questions that are called age questions. And those you don't find the answers in the book. You just have to know South Africa. So it will say like, what does green symbolize in our flag? Because I wanted our children to know just the country in its present format as well. And then I started to add some things that are of South African language a little bit, just to make it fun and just to adopt it into our country. There is a spot that you land on that's called Pola. Pola means you miss a turn. So the next time that your turn comes around, unfortunately, you can't play because you are pollard. And then there's a spot that you land on called Boza. Boza means that you control the game. Now, Boza is a bit selfish. So what happens is, if I land on a Boza and you're ahead, go 63 and so on, I can ask you to move back up to 10 spaces, just so that Nampela I catch up, you know. And then there are bridges in the game. If you land at the bottom of the bridge, you get to go up the bridge. So it sort of like propels you forward. Unfortunately, if you land on top of the bridge, you go down. So the game goes from 1 to 100. The person who reaches 100 first becomes the winner. It's a simple game. It's an interactive game. If you go on the sites, I've played it with chartered accountants, school children, libraries. I've played it with libraries. And it's always so animated because people collaborate in order for the answer to be given. People get selfish and move people back. So there's always like squabble. But at the same time, the questions, they needed to interrogate our history. And that is the end goal that I wanted people to walk away from the experience of playing the game, is that you know our history. So today, if I may start with your permission, I was given some teams that are going to play. And I'll tell you how I have divided them. I don't know if, and please excuse me if I pronounce names incorrectly. I don't know if Trizelle and Shireen are present.
I think I saw Trizelle on the
present. Present.
Is that Trizelle? And Shireen?
Yes.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Trizelle and Shireen, you are going to be the red team. Don't worry, if you forget, I'll remind you every step of the way. What will happen is, when I ask the question, the team players need to talk to each other before they give me the answer. If I hear Trizelle shout out something first, I'm accepting. And if it's wrong, sorry, Shireen. So you need to collaborate in order for you to give the final answer. That's the red team. Then there's a yellow team. Is Lizzie and Brenda present? Lizzie and Brenda.
I don't see them on attendance here.
Maybe perhaps we
Yes.
can have 2 volunteers then to take over their places to play as the yellow team.
Colleagues who volunteer, let's explore this. Zuki, I see you said the red team. Who's the red team?
The red team with Trizel and Shireen. So
Trizel and
Uzube wants to add to the third voice to the red team.
Zuki? Miss Ma.
Supporting red team. I'm a fan of red team.
Okay. We need volunteers for yellow team.
Colleagues who volunteer to be in the yellow team. We have the red team already. Who volunteer to be in I can't volunteer, I'm facilitating. So
That's the question. Do those people need to be in one place there to do their communication?
No, you can do it over Zoom. You can all open mics. I've had people playing in the same team from different provinces before.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Madam, to interrupt, Brenda and is it, they've been trying to connect. They say they can hear, but they can't see the screen, so they are trying to connect.
Oh, okay.
So they are actually complaining, saying they are being replaced. They don't want to be replaced.
Okay, if they can hear and they can talk and the mics are on, it's fine. They don't need to. I will tell them what's going on.
Okay, I'll speak to them then. You can carry on with the other colors.
Okay. So we've got the yellow team, Lizzie and Brenda. Then we need a white team. Michelle and Offensa, are you there?
Is Ohenze here, colleagues? I haven't seen him.
Michelle and yes, there's someone that says AC Mangaung. Who's that?
Oh yes, it's them from Mangaung Public Library.
They are there. Okay.
Yes.
So we've got a white team. Then the green team, Ukadi and Malefu, are they there?
Yes, we are here.
Excellent. So even if the teams that can't connect or can't, maybe I can't hear them, you can even, I can see there's a chat here. Hey guys, I'm a writer. These things really mean a pen and paper, but I can see there's a chat here. And if you can just maybe put your answer on the chat, that's the answer I'll accept. If for any reason you can't shout it out or, okay, can we begin? This question is a qualifying question and it's to Trizel, Shireen and Zubi, the red team. Are you ready? I begin.
Yes, we are ready.
When did the Indian Passive Resistance Campaign against the Anti-Indian Ghetto Act begin? When did the Indian Passive Resistance Campaign against the Anti-Indian Ghetto Act begin? Would you like a multiple choice?
Yes, please.
A, 1946, B, 1950, C, 1956, D, 1966, or E, 1971? Indian Passive Resistance Campaign. Answer, red team.
It was 1946. I support the red team. I'm almost
I hope you're talking. I hope you're not Googling that site.
No.
I'm thinking, Google is at play here.
There was a time we played with a team and there was silence like this. Then we heard a child saying, "Mama, I'm trying to find it." Okay, so is 1946 your final answer?
Magam.
Yes. Yes.
Team, you are in the game. Helen, please can you move them to start? Well done. Okay. I'm now in the yellow team. You're in the game. Well done. Okay, I'm now for the yellow team. Where was Che Guevara born? You want a multiple choice? Yellow team, Lizzie and Brenda. Where
Take
was
the multiple choice. Take the multiple choice, colleagues. Those they will get clues.
Is it A, Argentina, B, London, C, Egypt, D, Cuba, or E, Mexico? Asizame ungasebenzisa amafoni.
It's Cuba.
Who's answering?
Makam, red team. Red team.
No, I'm on the yellow team now. I'm on the yellow team.
Sorry, I'm assisting.
Yellow team. I'm on Lizzie and Brenda. Where was Che Guevara born? Shem, can they hear me?
Are they in the house?
They're not connected.
Oh, okay. I'll move on to the white team. Is the white team able to hear me? Michelle and it's Offensa.
I didn't say
yes. Okay, they say yes.
Yeah.
Your question is, where was Che Guevara captured and executed in 1967? Is it A, Bolivia, B, Russia, C, Egypt, D, Cuba, or E, London? Where was Che Guevara captured and executed in 1967?
We say Cuba.
Nina Shaw. Cuba.
Yes.
Icon. Bolivia.
Outside.
You're still outside the game. So I move over now to the green team. Ugad. No, Malif.
Yeah.
Whose life is a world apart? The 1988 anti-apartheid drama based on. So there's a drama that came out in 1988 and it's called A World Apart. Who is this drama based on? Is it A, Wanda Tele, B, Lina Ahrens, C, Charlotte Maxeke, D, Lillian Ngoyi, or E, Ruth First? A World Apart. Team Green, Gardino Malif.
Can you repeat the question again?
Whose life is a world apart? The 1998 anti-apartheid drama based on. So there's a drama called A Life Apart, and it was released in 1988. Whose life is it based on? Is it A, Wanda Tele, B, Lina Ahrens, C, Charlotte Maxeke, D, Lillian Ngoyi, or E, Ruth First?
Lillian Ngoyi.
Icon. Who Ruth First?
Yeah, I knew it's Ruth First.
You are unable to qualify Team Green.
Sorry.
So now what's going to happen is Team Red is in the game. So we're going to roll for Team Red and see how far they go.
So it's only Team Red in the game.
Only Team Red.
Yo.
And they did 2. 2 means that there are no spaces. There's nothing. There's no color coordinate there, so they stay there. So I will move over to Team Yellow. Who's trying to qualify? Bagishi, this one is an easy one. You're about Team Yellow. Where is District 6? Is it A, Cape Town, B, Johannesburg, C, Bloemfontein, D, Pietermaritzburg, or E, Port Elizabeth?
Team Yellow, is it Lizzie?
Lizzie and Brenda.
Yeah, they are on.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Bunny? Sorry, Team Yellow? Please repeat your answer, Team Yellow.
It's in Cape Town.
Ah, you are in the game. Congratulations.
Yeah.
We move on to now Team White. Nkosiyami, good luck.
Yeah.
What is the name of the system of racial segregation enforced in South Africa from 1948 to 1994? Michelle, no offense. What is the name of the system of racial segregation enforced in South Africa from 1948 to 1994?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Team Yellow, apartheid.
Team Yellow. No, is this Michelle and Offensa?
No, Lizzie and Brenda.
Lizzie and Brenda sang Julie Legnin.
Okay.
So this is now the question for Team White.
White. Okay. I thought. Okay.
No problem. What is the name of the system of racial segregation enforced in South Africa from 1948 to 1994?
Apartheid.
You are in the game, Team White. Please move them in, Helen. Now, we're trying to get Team Green Nkosiyami to get in the game. I would. I think in Zama with them shame about it. Who was Thabo Mbeki's father? Team Green.
That one is easy, colleagues. Yo, that one is easy. Halala. Team Green.
No, Gavin Mbeki.
Snatch it.
Yep. Gavin Mbeki, ma'am.
Yay!
Are you sure?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, you're in the game. Okay, let's roll Team Red again, please. So we are now on Trizelle and Shireen and Zugi. 3. Please move them 3 spots. Okay, now let's roll Team Yellow. 3 spots didn't put you in any color coordination, so you are safe. Let's roll Team White. 3. Let's roll Team Green. 6. Now, Buga, Team Green has overtaken Team Red. Team Red, let's roll.
1.
Neck and neck. Team Yellow. Team White.
6.
Zasha.
Yeah. Green spot.
Okay. The Hector Team Green The Hector Peterson Museum pays tribute to the school children killed during the student uprising that began on 16 June 1976. Where is the Hector Peterson Museum located? Is it A, Tembisa, B, Soweto, C, Alexandra, D, Davidson, or E, Sebokeng?
Which team is that?
It's Team Green, Ukati, no Malefu.
Okay.
That one is easy, colleagues. Snatch it.
The Hector Peterson Museum.
Yes.
Where is it located?
Can you give us the clue again? You said it's where? Where?
Is it A, Tembisa, B, Soweto, C, Alexandra, D, Davidson, or E, Sebokeng? Pina in museum, I heard.
Colleagues. That one is easy.
Team Green. Is what? Green.
Okay, it's a good game.
It's green.
Yeah. Yes, it's green.
Yes.
Yes, I said it's a good game.
Okay, so what happens is, if you get an answer wrong, I'm sure colleagues, you know now they got the answer wrong, you move back the number of spaces you rolled. So if you rolled 5 spaces, just swap green and white around. Yeah. If you rolled 6, as you did, Team Green, you have to move back 6 spaces, because in this game, you earn your spot to stay. So you've been moved back. And now we're going to roll Team Red. 2. Team Red is on green again. The greens are where? Where did the Asina Mali rent boycott campaign take place in June 1959? Where did the Asina Mali rent boycott campaign take place in June 1959? Is it Clearwood, A, B, Phoenix, C, Ketchumena, D, Glenwood, or E, Biria?
Clearwood. Clearwood.
Is that your final answer, Amos?
Yes, I'm 100% sure.
We are going to Amos ungene Team Red, wonisa Team Red, because this is not the answer, Amos. The answer, Amos, is Ketchumena. With your 100%. Now
and the confidence.
The confidence. Please, can we roll? Oshanu Amos, Team Red. Can we please?
I'm coming.
Team Yellow, should we skip because they are unable to connect? Let's roll Team White.
No, ma'am, we are here. The yellow is here.
Oh,
Please.
excellent. 3.
Yes, we are here.
Okay, sorry, Team Yellow. Sorry, get all this. Okay.
Don't move us back. We have don't when next to the green. We're in front of the green. Please do not.
Yeah, get all this. My mistake. Oh, Caesar Amos, so we're not going to wrong all this time. Oh, where did they land?
When in front of the greens one.
No, I'm just trying to figure out if you have a color-coded spot, so you don't.
No, they're not on the color-coded spot. No.
Please, can we roll white?
Yeah, roll white. Let's see. 4.
No color code. Please roll green.
6. 3, 4, 5.
You land on green.
Yeah.
Green lands on green.
Yeah.
Where was the Freedom Charter adopted by a coalition of anti-apartheid organizations? Where was the Freedom Charter adopted by a coalition of anti-apartheid organizations? Is it A, Umlazi, B, Isipingo, C, Kliptown, Soweto, D, Howick, Maritzburg, or E, Port Elizabeth?
Isipingo.
Ha, colleagues.
Can I support a Team Green?
Yes,
Team Green, but move a back 6 spot, Helen.
Hey, colleagues.
Hey! You see that with your chest as Pingo.
What a disaster.
Facilitator,
it's intimidation, facilitator.
It is a disaster. It's in Kliptown, so we're just Pingo on this
town. Kliptown.
Let's please, can we roll red? Amos Nazezak.
Yeah.
Oh, no color, no color. Can we roll yellow? 4, can we roll white?
Blue spot.
Okay.
Blue spot.
When? Right. Ubando is white, hey?
Yeah, it's white.
When was the Southwest African People's Organization founded? When was the Southwest African People's Organization founded? They are popularly known as SWAPO. And you know, sometimes I ask a question to people and they say, Konje yini SWAPO? Then you know there's no answer there. There's no answer. Is it A, 1960, B, 1966, C, 1967, D, 1970, or E, 1977? My white team.
1960.
Everybody?
It's A, 1960.
You earned the spot to stay. Well done. We are back on green. Let's roll green.
One.
Let's roll red. 2. They can breathe. Yellow. 6.
If you on the
you can breathe. That was yellow. Okay. White.
6.
Missed it. Green.
Yeah.
We're back on red. So you can breathe a little bit. 4.
Yeah.
We're back on yellow.
3.
You're missing them. White. Green. Green.
6.
4, 5, 6. Yellow.
Pink spot. I mean yellow spot, yes.
Yellow spot. Please, can I shuffle because I've asked this question? What does the black, this is for my green people. What does the black color symbolize in our flag? Does it represent A, the fertility of the land, B, the nation's mineral wealth, C, the people of the nation? The color black, what does it symbolize in our flag?
Magam, it's your group.
The people of the
Oh,
nation.
it's not you, Mkam.
Oh, okay.
It's green team. Isn't it green team?
Yes, the green team.
Yes, like it's the people of the land.
You earn your spot to stay.
Yeah.
Well done. So now we're rolling red.
2, 3, 4.
And yellow. 2, 1, 2. Yellow, you get the green question. Oh, no.
Apple.
Yellow is yellow friend.
Yes, we are here.
Where was Msizi Dube? Yabona muke wathi ubani Msizi Dube? Hey, Pelil. Where was Msizi Dube when he was shot by unknown assassins in 1983? Was he at Umlazi, or B, Kwamashu, C, Lamontville, D, Guguletu, or E, Kayamandi?
Lamontville.
You earn your spot to stay. Congratulations. I number not man. Okay, so now we are rolling. White. Oh, was that the white? No, that was yellow. Now we are rolling white. 3. Missed. Green. Okay, yellow. Yellow. Yellow.
Yes, 3.
Go 3. 3 spots ahead.
Yeah, 3 spots.
They don't land in the white. And green. Purple. Green lands on purple. What is the name? I need to shuffle. Okay. What is the new name for Ben Schoeman Airport? It was previously called Ben Schoeman. What is the new name now? White. Green. Are you there, Green? There's no clue. Book, there's no multiple choice here.
Yo.
It's King Pula Airport or something.
Which Green?
Are you saying like the new name or where it is?
Yes, the new name. It was called Ben Schoeman. What is it called now?
King Palo. It is in East London. I think East London, King Palo, something like that. I'm not sure.
Called King Palo.
No, but at least I'm trying.
Yes, you are, but you can't multiple choice me now. One answer, please.
Okay, okay, King Palo Airport.
Ish. East London Airport. You were there. I'll have to move you back because it's East London Airport. So please, can you move them back 4 spots?
Yo.
But we said East London at the beginning.
I'm getting Sheila, not you one answer. Now I'm confused. Is it King?
The name has been changed.
The name is East London.
It has been changed to King Palo.
The East London airport has been changed to King Palo.
King Palo
renamed
the
it.
proposal.
Yeah.
It's the proposal.
Okay. Okay. No,
So
now we
was
are-
it, Katie, was it Ben Skuman then changed to East London? Now it's going to change again to King Palo.
Bafuna ukuyishintsha again to, but it hasn't. It's still East London.
Yeah.
Yes.
Still East London.
So, Madam Facilitator, in the interest of time, I think maybe you sort of like get the gist of how the game plays. So I didn't want to keep playing without accepting any questions and answers, if there are any, about the products, where to find them. They are all on my website, ketiwezulu.com. My phone number, I think everyone has it, 083-216-2570. I am on social media platforms, Instagram and Facebook as South African History Retold. And I wanted to know before, if I continue at all, if there's any engagement that you would like to have from your team and your side about the products, now that you sort of like get how it plays.
Sure, I must say, it's so interesting. It's so, you forget yourself. You just want to be in the game.
Yeah.
This is so interesting, and thank you for deciding on writing that book and doing a game on top of the book, so that you bring the two together. I mean, it's good for listening to all the questions. They are of a political nature. They raise awareness. People should know who they are. Where are they going? That level of patriotism. So, colleagues, anyone who has questions for Ms. Zulu, and on the side, I think we will still engage you more, né? Because we cannot just leave it halfway done like it is. So we will engage even more. Colleagues, Magam. Yeah, somebody saying something.
Facilitators, Moses here. I've got 2 questions for the author, if you allow me.
Allowed.
The first question, are you a self-published, or are you being published by a particular publisher? And then secondly, does your books have either a name or subject index? Those are my 2 difficult questions. Thank you.
Thank you for asking. The first question is, I am self-published, and I always will be self-published for various reasons. I had an opportunity to work for publishing houses and understood the contractual agreements that bind you to them. In terms of the extensive marketing that I've done on my own, that I knew I could do on my own, it made absolutely no sense to share any proceeds of the work that I self-funded with publishers. I am self-published, and I always will be self-published. The second one is the books, especially, because as I was writing the history, I realized that there were certain terms that the 2000ers may not know. Isn't like treason, banned. So it has explanations at the front in Izinwadi of what all the political terms mean. And yes, it also has an extensive glossary on in both the books. It was deliberately done so that you don't only read, you read with context. I hope I answered your questions.
Very clearly. I also understood the answer very clearly. Any other engagement, colleagues? Lash?
Thanks, Chair. Thank you, Katiwa. This was a really exciting game. I must say I'm really impressed with this game. And I think this is something that we can look at. I think public libraries normally have games in their libraries. Most public libraries have games. And I think this is something that public libraries can take up to have in their libraries as a must in libraries. And just to place things in context, my friend works for a film company, production company, and she was interviewing people to be her assistant. And it was an African colleague that she interviewed who was 20 years old or so. And so they asked the question, what is your viewpoint on the struggle? And this 20-year-old said, what is the struggle?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? So I think this is something that, when we make that assumption that people know what we're talking about, and this game is the perfect opportunity to educate yourself on what happened. You may have not been born in that era, but having an understanding of what happened or what transpired in the struggle as such. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much for the comment. And I think it's always been a difficulty for me, just in terms of appreciation alone. History is never ever historical. It's forever present. If you don't know where we came from, we don't know where you're going. We are seeing mistakes as we speak in the current administration that were done by previous administrations. And if they had been contextualized correctly, like you're saying, sir, would be able to avoid. So it's not only about knowing, it's about preventing.
Yeah. And whilst we are still at that, and Lashan raised the issue of the youth. Imagine somebody asking, what is the struggle? Yeah, and I was listening to some of the questions that were asked, and colleagues really struggled. Then I could understand that maybe they were not born within that era. I mean, when you were asking about where the Freedom Charter was drafted and adopted, I was like, yay, Cape Town, Yeah. But now it says, that exactly what Lashan is saying. So this book must be part of families. I think maybe colleagues, we must also put in orders, especially because now it's a game. It is going to bring us together as families. We have your contact details, and then we have your website. Definitely, we are going to place individual orders. And I think even our library, who's from the acquisitions, who's here? Joseph, from the UFS libraries? Is Joseph here? Joe?
Yes,
Madam, please make sure that you place orders for a number of copies for us, ne?
Okay.
Make sure that we get the copies of the book for our library, and then maybe sometimes when we have events, we can sit in the kitchen and play this game, so that we come closer as a team. So yeah, colleagues, make sure that in your respective libraries you get copies of these books, and then for your families as well, so that it's a patriotic book. Sis Katie was telling us about some of the names that we don't know. We know the Mandelas, we know the Sisulus, we don't know the other Gertrudes. Okay? The Gertrudes, maybe Msibi, who stayed around the corner, but we don't know about those. So I think we'll be more exposed, and even the context that Black people are in their rightful space to ask certain questions, white people are in their rightful space to ask certain questions. I think this book is going to assist us a lot in finding common ground as we move forward. So thank you. This is what we wanted in 2020 already. Yay. 2020, and then we're getting it in 2022.
But there's a
Can you believe it?
I know. And just to add, I wanted to add to Lashan's comment as well, because I get this question a lot. Why are your questions so long? Mm-hmm. The questions are made long to educate. So I don't want to say, when is Women's Day? I want to say, when 2,000 women that marched to the Union buildings, when did that happen? So the questions are deliberately made to educate as you play. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, Mema Bele, I hope I'm saying it correct. Your hand is up, colleague. Unmute and ask the question. Unmute.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Do you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you very clearly.
Yes, ma'am. We just want to find out where can we get the books? Do we order it online or is there a bookstore?
No, my books are not on the bookstore. Once again, to the question of self-funding, that retail space is very expensive. So I decided I'm going to Korea to my audience. So you can find them on ketiwazulu.com. You place your order and it gets delivered to your doorstep within 3 days, anywhere in the country.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes. Any other questions for Ketiwe colleagues before I hand over to Kiho? Mkam? Amos, unmute.
I'd like to find out if these books are available on the public libraries.
The only people that have bought the books so far in KwaZulu-Natal are the resource centers for schools. So they've put them in certain library schools, but no, there has not been a reception in libraries.
I was just asking in terms of legal deposit. I mean, you are obliged, to have copies, deposited on the legal deposit libraries. Do you have those books on the legal deposit libraries?
Please explain legal deposit.
Because if you're published in South Africa, you must at least have copies. That you make them available for public for legal deposit libraries.
If you mean the legal deposit, the people that register
Legal
ISBN, is that?
No, legal deposit libraries like Msunduzi Library, like Bloemfontein Public Library, like Cape Town. Those are legal deposit libraries because according to the law,
I think she's right, Ketiwe. I think you have done it because if you did the ISBN with the National Library, you will have to have a copy.
And they
Sorry about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mugam. Thank you very much. Any other question before I give over to our Free State Chair?
Chair, I just want to come in here one more time. Sorry. I think PACLIG has a role to play here. So I think between Keko and myself, we will introduce Ketiwe to PACLIG, where public libraries can be more, this can be, we can give more advocacy of this product to the PACLIG is the public library interest group. I think to take this forward so that public libraries have a copy of this book and the game.
Thank you.
It's supposed to be in every household, like when we saw the Long Walk to Freedom. Everybody, the queues were just long walk to freedom. The bookshops, everybody wanted a copy. So yeah, thank you very much, Katie, for such a heartwarming experience for us as the branch. And Madam Chair, thank you for making me to be the facilitator. I'm truly honored. And Katie, be blessed. Do more of what you are doing so that you contribute to leave a legacy for the next coming generation, so that they know who they truly are, what are their roots. Yes, thank you very much. You're welcome. Madam K, over to you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Madam Facilitator. I think it was really a great time that we had, a fun, because it's also about fun. Ketiwe, thank you for gracing yourself with your presence. But I'm not the one who's doing the things. Is the chair-elect who's going to just round up everything, but we told you that we have adopted you in our province. Yes.
I consider myself adopted.
So I think we're going to see more of you, hopefully, when everything COVID and all that is over. But I agree that I know the public libraries have been going through financial challenges. Hopefully, when everything comes right, they'll be able to purchase the book. But I think it's important to have something like this, because I was saying to my colleague, the questions are so difficult, but it's something that we have to learn in our country. So we were able to answer people, even as you go overseas. It must become a seamless conversation about the history of your own country. So thank you so much. I think we've learned a lot. We'll have something like this probably in person with you. And yeah, you can see the audience, the participants we had, we tried to spread them. So it was from Bensplay combined school, where we believe that the teachers will impart what they've learned. And then I think I did speak to you about a donation. If you can, maybe donate 2 books and games, so we can see who we give it to. And then,
And the winners
then we
team,
have,
please, if you don't mind, the winning team is the white team, Michelle and Offensa. If I can have their addresses, I will courier them each a game.
that's wonderful. They are at the public library. So we covered the public library, we covered the school, and then the 2 universities. So with that said, I just want to thank you for that. And I'm handing over to the Chair-elect Moses. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson. I want to thank everybody, but in particular, I want to thank the EXCO in absentia. And then I also want to thank the National Office for assistance in respect of the link. And then I also want to thank the branch, the BEC, the Free State branch. Thank you very much for everything, your time. Furthermore, I want to thank the guests. I want to thank the facilitator, Honorable Jeanette. Thank you very much for the work well done. And then furthermore, I want to thank the author, the presenter, Ketwe Zulu, for a very informative information source that he wrote, and for a very good game, a mind-blowing game that you introduced to us. Thank you very much. And I also want to thank the participants. I also want to thank Mr. Marcus Mapile for collaboration with Liasa. Thank you, Marcus, for all the efforts and for assisting Liasa. And also I want to thank the broader membership of the branch, of the Free State branch. And I want to say you must enjoy the rest of the day, and we will see you next time again when we have another branch event. Your support is highly appreciated. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Moses. Thank you, colleagues. We've come to the end of our session, and we'll see you next time. Otherwise, we'll communicate by emails. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.